آتهم. السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. مدد يا رسول الله، مدد يا سيد أصحاب رسول الله، مدد يا مشايخ الدستور، وإن شاء الله فاز سيد محمد ناظر حقاني، مدد طريقتنا والصحبة والخير في الجمعية.
Today is the blessed day of Jummah. The day of Jummah is blessed and sacred, and may it be a blessing for us all.
Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem bugün için ona özel olarak cumaların, günlerin en hayırlısı Cuma'dır.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, mentioned that the best and the most beneficial and most blessed of all days is the day of Jummah.
İnsanın en hayırlısı Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem olduğu gibi.
And this most blessed, most beneficial day is dedicated to our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, who is the most blessed person.
Cuma günü en hayırlı şeyler Allah Azze ve Celle Peygamber Efendimiz'e hediye etmiş.
Allah Almighty gifted and granted the most blessed, the most beneficial things to our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, who is the best of all creatures.
Onun ümmeti olmak büyük bir şereftir.
Therefore, it is a great blessing to belong to the nation, to the community of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and to be part of his ummah.
Büyük bir lütuftur Allah Azze ve Celle'den.
To be part of the ummah of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is a great divine gift by Allah Almighty.
Bugün Cuma'nın yine daha fazla fazilet kazanmak için
the day of Jummah is a great opportunity for us to obtain even greater blessing and rewards from Allah Almighty.
Vazifeler var tabi Cuma.
And there are certain things to be done on the day of Jummah in order to receive those blessings. It is, for example, to make a full body ablution on the day of Jummah. To give sadaqah.
Cuma'dan önce de herhangi vakit Kehf suresi var.
And to also recite Surat al-Kahf on the day of Jummah. Preferably, one should recite it before Jummah prayer.
Onu okumak Cuma'dan Cuma'ya nur olur.
To recite Surat al-Kahf on the day of Jummah will be a divine light for you, which will enlighten you from one Jummah to the next Jummah.
Kabirlerde nur dolar.
The recitation of Surat al-Kahf will enlighten you from Jummah to Jummah, and it will also enlighten the grave.
Kabir zulmet, kapkaranlık bir yerdir.
The grave is a dark place full of oppression.
İnsanoğlu yapınca, vefat edince tabi yapacak bir şey yok.
And when one dies, when one is about to enter the grave, there's nothing one can do any longer.
O zulmetin içinde eziyet olur ona.
And one will then go into that place of darkness, of oppression and terror.
Kehf suresi okup dinlese o kabri nur olur.
However, if one had listened or had recited Surat al-Kahf on the day of Jummah, that recitation would have turned into light in that grave.
O zulmet, karanlık, kasvet kalmaz.
And that terror and that darkness and oppression in the grave would have been lifted.
Bu da Peygamber Efendimizin bize hediyelerinden birisidir.
This is also one of the gifts and divine favors that have been granted to us through our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him.
Kabir vahşet yeri, korku yeridir.
The grave is a place of fear and terror.
Ne kadar şey olsa insan mümin, Müslüman olsa da gene onun zulmetini gidermek için yani muhakkak
no matter how much Muslim we are, you need to take measures and prepare yourself for the grave in order to make that darkness go away beforehand.
her cuma ya dinleyecek oturup ya kendi okusun.
And one measure in order to lift that grave, to lift that darkness of the grave, is to either sit down and listen to the recitation of Surat al-Kahf or to recite Surat al-Kahf oneself.
Esasen yani cumadan önce olsa daha iyi olur ama
And it is to be recited on the day of Jummah, and preferably one should recite it before Jummah prayer.
Cuma günü herhangi vakit o da gene olur.
Nevertheless, it's still acceptable to recite it at any time during the day of Jummah.
Kehf suresinin büyük faziletleri var.
There are great blessings and rewards to be obtained through the recitation of the Surat al-Kahf.
O ilk ayetler ve son ayetleri okuyan Deccal'ın şerrinden muhafaza olmuş olur gene.
There are great merits, especially in the recitation of the very first verses of and the last verses of the Surat al-Kahf, and it is said that whoever recites the first verses and the last verses of Surat al-Kahf will be protected by the evil of Dajjal.
Deccal ahir zamanda çıkacak.
Dajjal will appear in the end of times,
Ahir zamanda olduğumuz için
and we now live in the end of times.
Deccal'ın da çıkması kıyametin büyük işaretleridir.
And the appearance of Dajjal is one of the great signs prior to the last day, the day of judgment.
Ondan korunmak için şey yapmak lazım.
And in order to be protected by the evil of Dajjal, one should recite Surat al-Kahf.
Kehf suresinin ilk sayfasının son sayfasında
And one should, in particular, in order to obtain the protection from Dajjal, recite the very first page and the very last page of the Surat al-Kahf.
okuyunca Allah'ın zinen şerrinden muhafaza olur.
And through that recitation, with the permission of Allah Almighty, one will be protected by the evil of Dajjal.
Deccal'ın şerri. Deccal'lar çoğaldı.
The number of Dajjals have increased,
Ama esas Deccal, büyük Deccal, kör Deccal olan o daha çıkmadı.
but the actual Dajjal, that blind one, is his appearance. He is yet to come, to appear.
O bekliyor.
And he is waiting for his time to come.
Onu bekleyenler de çok.
And there are many who are awaiting him.
Öteki ondan esasen yani baksan onun yardımcıları Deccallar dediğimiz şeyler.
But besides him, there are many minor Dajjals who wait for him, who prepare for his arrival and support him.
Her gün çıkıyor.
And their numbers increase, and there are new ones popping up each and every day.
Daha da fazla çoğalıyor.
And there are more and more of them each day.
Deccal'ın sıfatı nedir?
What is the characteristic of Dajjal?
Kötülüğü iyilik gibi göstermek.
He's the one who represents the good as if it were bad,
İyiliği kötülük gibi göstermektir.
and vice versa, and he represents the bad as if it were good.
Allah muhafaza etsin şerlerinden.
May Allah Almighty protect us from their evil.
Onların bu kötü hallerinden bizi Allah muhafaza etsin.
And may Allah Almighty protect us from the bad states they want to inflict upon us, and may Allah Almighty protect us from undergoing through their bad states,
Çünkü onlar imana musallattır.
because they are after your faith and they want to attack and steal your faith.
Sen dinden imandan çıkarıp
They want to make you leave and abandon your faith.
Ateist yapmak, kafir yapmak
They want to make you become a disbeliever, an atheist.
isterler. Allah muhafaza etsin şerrinden.
May Allah Almighty protect us from their evil.
Bu dediğimiz usul ondan şerrinden muhafaza edersin.
And it is through the recitation of Surah Al-Kahf, and especially through the recitation of the very first verses of and the last verses, that one will be protected from the evil of Dajjal.
İnsanlara Allah yardım etsin inşallah.
May Allah Almighty support and help us.
Ve minallah tevfik. El-Fatiha.